Hello and welcome, I'm Tim and this is SV Paquita. I apologize for not getting a video off to you yesterday. But Paquita has been a boat full of a range of emotions in the last 24 hours. Look at this fisherman going out to sea. Well, he looks like he's jigging, hand lining while he's going out. Very cool. Some sailboats heading out this morning. So this is mainland Italy. Sun's should be coming up over there, but it's coming up. There's some clouds and stuff, so it'll come up eventually. This is I should have looked at the chart, but it's is it Scilla? Something like, I'm trying to remember here. I think it's like Sellaia, something like that. I don't know. Gonna look at it. But yeah. So the last time I talked to you, we were going to hopefully see a volcanic show where Stromboli would be erupting. And I am proud to say it did not disappoint. It did really well. It was incredible. Stromboli, we were able to get there. We got out in front and, we stayed outside of the 2-mile buffer. There's this little zone on the chart they stay at. So we skirted the outside and we were able to see it shoot up and all that. I wanted to get video of it. And I don't know how, but I saw on the lads, the 3 Sheets to the Wind their Instagram feed. Let's see if I can move this. There we go. They actually had good video of it erupting. I maybe they changed something in their cameras or have better cameras. I'm not sure, but I was only able to get some stills. I think Lili got better stills than I got too, but she may have even get some video as well. But that's because I was running the boat, looking for other boats and that sort of stuff. So maybe that's my excuse. But anyway, it was wonderful. After that, we went around the corner and found a little bit of lee and anchored up for the night. The next morning, we got up and the island. In Stromboli, there's there's a couple different towns, but the one around the corner that we were going to is the kind of the most developed town there, and very cool. And I'm not saying that there was anything wrong with it. It was very windy and it was unprotected. So that was a negative. And there was something about some towns that kind of pull at your heart and you say, I gotta get there. That wasn't really happening. And we had such a wonderful night before, and the wind wasn't right, but it was just enough that I could use a little bit to head to where we were going. So basically leaving Stromboli, which is, I don't know this for fact, but I'm assuming that you would consider Stromboli part of Sicily. But anyway, going no more Sicily and going to mainland Italy. And that was going to be about a 50-mile run. So we did that. We sailed for a little of it, but most of it was right on the nose. And we wanted to get there before it was too dark, because where we were going, we were going to duck in to get some lee. And so we basically motor sailed for most of the time. And we got here yesterday afternoon, and as you can see, it's a beautiful little town. The wind was howling yesterday when we came in. We were able to find lee here, even though the wind blows up over the mountains and comes down this way. But at least I don't mind the wind. It's the rolling rolly that you really try to hope to avoid. There were 5 boats in the anchorage last night. The Irish lads were coming behind me, but they couldn't take the wind. They had 20 knots on their nose. They were a few hours behind me, so they actually went a little bit further north, but they said they'll be coming down here today. So we look forward to seeing them. But yesterday was a day that we all knew was coming. And unfortunately, knowing that it's coming is still not the same as the day that it comes. And you think you're prepared for it, but oh, it breaks my heart. Scilla has been training the birds. She's got them so they basically stay in the front cabin even with the door open. And they like to ride around on her shoulders and sometimes on her head and all that sort of stuff. And she loves them, and she does everything with them. And she's such a natural mother, and those birds have been the best investment for me as far as making her happy. She even has walked out into the cockpit with them. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? I can't believe you're doing this. And she goes, oh no, they'll stay with me. Well, that's not what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday was she had the door open downstairs and the door open, obviously into the cockpit. And she was doing whatever she does there, working on something or whatever. And Lili, the female, who is also the one that is less affectionate, and Lilo's the one with most of the personality. Lili, anyway, all of a sudden Lili came out and flew and ended up right over here and was looking around, and I'm back there. I know if I ran, I'd drive her off. So I'm like, Scilla, you better get your bird over here. It's going to fly away. And so she's trying to, she plays a little of their bird calls on YouTube, and that usually gets them interested, and they come back. Anyway, Lili looked around, and after a while, she went, and went flying. And remember, we've clipped their wings, so that the amount of flying they have to do, I don't think in this bird's life it's never flown more than 10 feet, because it just flies around in the here. It flew, and I was convinced it would go right into the water, because it went over the water, and I was ready to jump on into the dinghy and go and try to rescue it in the water, but it went all the way over there. Now, this boat wasn't there at the time. It went right over there, and you see it's going like this, and I'm like, oh my God, it's going to go down. And then it comes up, and then, no, it's going to go down, and it's going to go down. And as it got to the shore, remember that the sun was setting over here, so it was light here, and it went into a dark period. And I really think it made it to shore. I was kind of hoping that it would land in the water, only that it would be easier for me to retrieve. I don't think that it would land in the water and instantly die. It would probably kind of, flop around, and I'd have time to run over in the dinghy and pick it up. Poor old Lili. Anyway, I did jump in the dinghy, and I ran running over there, and the locals thought I was crazy, running around yelling Lili, Lili, and they couldn't. And I was trying to explain to them that I was looking for my bird, and they're like, oh no, you got to go to the port. And I'm like, meaning that there's a little fisherman's private beach over here and a little public one over there. They're telling me to go over there because I think they were thinking that I was trying to dock the dinghy. I wasn't trying to dock the dinghy. I was trying to look for my damn bird, for Scilla bird. Anyway, that did not prove well. And poor Scilla came back to the boat, and as expected, she was heartbroken. So she had Lilo, the other one, in the cage ready to go, and I brought her in, and she wanted to go looking, and I put her on land, and she went all through the town calling with her little bird. And surprisingly, a whole ton of other birds were answering them, but they're all from answering her, but they were all birds that were in other cages on people's decks. Another problem that I have is that from the little that I've seen of the town, I haven't even stepped foot on land. But going around there seem to be cats everywhere. And remember, Lili's and Lilo's view of the world since they've been hatched has been basically this boat. They don't know anything about that stuff. And so, anyway, poor Scilla, she's I catch her kind of get a little weepy at night, not because she misses them, but she says she's worried because she goes, oh, Lili's probably cold and probably hungry. She's so great. She's amazing. Anyway, the realist in me wants to tell her, forget about that damn bird. That thing is dead. I'm not 100% sure that it made it to shore. Even if it made it to shore, it's odds onshore are pretty bad. As it was flying over, all of a sudden 2 seagulls started circling overhead, and that's made me jump in the. So there's a ton of things that are going against Lili if Lili is still alive out there somewhere. Not to mention that Lili's never found food other than having somebody give it to her or have it in her dish. So she, unfortunately, I think she's going to have to pay the ultimate price for the small bit of freedom that she had. But yeah, I kind of want to, I want to tell Chryssalida, Lili is dead and it's over. But she got up this morning and she's just sitting out on the deck. She's calling her Lili, and I'm like thinking, first of all, if she made it through the night, it'd be a miracle. And I don't think she'd ever want to fly back here. I remember she's only flown like 10 feet, and she had to fly all the way to shore. So that's got to be really tough. So here comes a nice, cool little fishing boat over here. So, yeah, the odds are really bad. So Chryssalida says that she wants to go looking through town today, looking for her bird. And I think we'd have a better luck of looking for a winning lottery ticket in town. But these birds were meant not for my pleasure, but for hers. And if she wants to believe that, and she said to me this morning, she goes, Lili's probably in somebody else's house right now, and somebody with somebody else and all that. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. Anyway, that would be a lovely thought, but I'm not going to be the one to tell her that I don't think that's really what's happening. But anyway, sad days. I tried to encourage her that, as tough as it is for you, imagine poor Lilo. He's had Lili beside him since he hatched, and now he's all by himself, had to sleep all by himself all last night. So she's trying to give him a lot of attention right now. And he, like I say, he's much more affectionate. Anyway, that's it. So look, I'm going to try to put in the stills that I have of the volcano at the end of this. Kind of funny, I paid a lot for a subscription to Power Director, and they say that if you do that, you can also get a mobile version. So I tried to get the mobile version, and they're putting their watermark on there so that if you want to, you gotta have their name in there, and it's like you have to pay to remove it. And I'm kind of, I don't think it understands that I've already paid. Maybe they've changed things now that if you pay for the PC version, they don't give you this other one for free. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, we'll try it out. So let me see if I can get this over to there. Okay, not sure which microphone this is working on here, but this was the next day around the corner. You could see the volcano shooting up at night. I mean, during the day. But at night, this was us 2 miles offshore. And here's a good eruption here that I was able to capture. So, like I say, some of the other people got better ones. I'll try to get that for you as time goes by. But I wanted to get this out to you. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps out the channel. And I thank you so much for those that are supporting the channel by hitting the super thanks. And special shout out to the patrons. The patrons are the heart of the channel. $2 a month. It's wonderful. And I will put a link in the description. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that, like I say, I wish that I would have had more video for you. I'm going to try to get you some video down the road. But anyway, you guys take care. Be safe. And as always, I'll see you on the one.